workflow, flow, process builder, whatever it is there, deactivate everything. In real time, will we do this? No, no. Scenario in a valid way so that one will not impact the other. Here we are doing trial and error. Here we are trying to learn. So that's why one thing, whenever we are focusing on one example, we will not focus on other example. But in real time business, it's not like that. Everything will be interlinked. Okay. So here you can simply deactivate all the other things while executing this. All of you deactivate all the workflow, process builder, flow, everything, and then try the trigger. Because all the things will execute together. Okay. I will explain you what is the order of execution after completion of the trigger. Then you will understand which will execute first, which will execute next. Okay. Sir, is ID is object or field? See, are you asking about line number 4, Shivu? This is, see, simple common sense, man. This is ID is a data type. Account ID is the variable. Integer A equal to 5. In that, integer is data type. A is the variable, 5 is the value. Yes or no? Similarly here, ID is the data type, account ID is the variable. And here I have not given any value. Later I am giving the value. Okay. Okay. So I will ask, okay, everyone noted down this code, at least understood the code. Shall I ask a question on this code? See, in my question, whenever a new account is created, a new position should be created. That's the question, right? So here I am inserting positions, but I am not using any insert for account. Okay. Yes or no? In this code, is there anywhere I am mentioning insert account? I am only mentioning insert position. Yes or no? So now, will this work or not? Tell me. I'll repeat the question again. In my question, I am saying whenever a new account is created, a new position should be created. And in the code, I have written insert operation, insert for position. But I have not written anywhere insert for account. Will it work or not? Tell me. All of you, please tell me, will it work or not? Save. Okay, save. It got saved. Even if I remove this line also, it will save. Okay. Even if I remove this and if it's do Control S, then also it will save. Then just by saving, you cannot say that it will work. So from the beginning, again that point only. Somewhere you are starting. What is your starting point? Whether this trigger is present or not, what you are trying to do? You are trying to see what is your initial thought. What is your initial idea? You want to go to account, click on new, give some details and click on save. That is what you are trying to do. Even if trigger is there or if trigger is not there, this is happening, right? So what trigger is doing before insert means before this insert happens, if you want to perform logic, then before insert trigger you are using. After insert means what? After you do this insert, then you perform some logic. That is before insert, after insert. Before update, after update means what? Already I have an existing account, for example. See, already I have an existing account, and if I want to change the name or something else, so whenever I perform some update action, before this update gets saved, perform some logic. That is before update. If I perform this update, after this update happens, perform some logic, then that is after update. Okay. Delete, how it will work? Already record is there. I am clicking on delete button. Okay. Before this record gets deleted, perform some logic and then delete. After delete means what? After this deletion happens, you perform that logic and then you say it is done. Okay. So now you understood, got clarity. Before insert, after insert, before update, after update, before delete, after delete. Undelete means what? Once you click on delete, it will go to recycle bin. And on the recycle bin, what you will do? You will go and click on undelete. Once you click on undelete on a specific record, you select a record and you click on undelete. It means what? After you do undelete, you want to perform some logic, or you want to send an email, or whatever code you want to do, you can do. Okay. So now, is this clear? Before insert, after insert, before update, after update, before delete, after delete, before undelete is not there, after undelete is there. So these are the trigger events. So trigger event means when the trigger should start, when the trigger should execute. So that is what we are interested in. On which object and when. On which object and when you want to execute. Once that starts, whatever logic you want to write, you can write it inside. Okay. Once the logic is completely done, then it will come out of that. Okay. So to execute this trigger, now tell me how to execute this trigger. To check if this trigger is working fine or not, what I need to do? Tell me what I need to do to verify whether this trigger is working fine or not. Go to Accounts tab, click on New, create a new account and click on Save. But before doing that, I will do one thing. Okay, let me go to Accounts. And on the accounts, if there are any triggers. What is the name of my trigger? This one. Whether this is active or not, first I need to check. If this trigger itself is not active, will it work? No. So that's why first I will go and verify whether this trigger is active or not. I have written so many triggers. Okay. Okay. So this trigger is in active state basically. So that's why let me go to the account, click on New. Rajeshwar. I'm just giving some name and I'm just clicking on Save. Now what happens? This account Rajeshwar got created and under that account position Rajeshwar got created. Okay. This link is happening because of this line. If I remove this line, what happens? Position will get created, but the link will not happen. So you cannot see that position under this account. It will be somewhere else. If you remove this line, it will be created in the position object, but it will not be linked to the account if you don't write this line. Go to positions. Okay. Click on New. Okay. Here, if you give account ID here, then what happens? Then this new position, Carpenter, I created a new position Carpenter. If I give value to this, then this position will be linked to that account, this account. Okay. If I don't give value, then what happens? Position will get created, but it will not be linked to any account. You getting my point? Here on the position, I am linking to account. Then what happens? Save. The same thing I am doing through code. Here I am creating a new position with these details: position name, this name, position status, this status, position. On the position account ID, I always told you that I always told you that lookup fields will contain ID. Lookup fields will not contain names. Lookup fields will contain ID. So here I am giving the Rajeshwar ID here. That's why it is linked to that particular account. How to link, how to give, this is the way I will give. Note down the question, guys. Note down the question. Note down this question. And you write these questions and answer one by one, and then you give me the answer. Note down this question. Quick, come on, note down this question. Okay, we'll give the complete details on the WhatsApp. Okay, thank you.